Hello, I am Senior Member Penn, and this is a 186 Composite Squadron Flight Simulator Program tutorial on the basics of flight and flight controls. You may already know this from your aerospace education books, but there are four forces of flight that act on an aircraft. These are lift, thrust, gravity, and drag. Lift is the upward force created by the wings and other lifting surfaces on the aircraft. Thrust is a forward force created by the power plant. Gravity is the effect of Earth's gravity pulling the aircraft back towards the ground, and drag is an aerodynamic force caused by the aircraft having to fly through the atmosphere. In straight and level flight, all forces are equal, and the aircraft remain at a constant attitude and airspeed, unless there are any changes made. So when thrust and weight and drag are equal, the aircraft will maintain a constant airspeed, or acting equally. They will remain at a constant airspeed. This is the same with lift and weight. When forces are unequal, the aircraft will not remain at a constant altitude and airspeed. When lift is greater than weight, the aircraft will climb. When lift is less than weight, the aircraft will descend. When drag is greater than thrust, the aircraft slows, and when thrust is greater than drag, the aircraft will accelerate. Lastly is the horizontal component of lift, and why airplanes turn. When an aircraft banks right, using its ailerons, you will have the lift itself be partially skewed to the right. You can see this with the blue line on the chart. As the aircraft banks into its turn, you can see a side force being added, and the lift is pulled to the right. No matter what orientation the wings are in, they are still producing lift. This means that the aircraft is producing lift not just in an upwards direction, but a sidewards direction as well, helping the aircraft to turn and keeping it in a turn until the aircraft is level again. Next, we will look at the controls of an airplane using the Cessna 172. For this portion of the tutorial, we will be demonstrating the basic flight controls of an airplane. In this case, we will use the Cessna 172. In order to control pitch, the elevators located at the rear of the tailplane and on the horizontal stabilizer will be used. By pulling back on the stick, you pull the rear end of the elevator up. The deflection of air across the elevator pushes the nose up and the tail down. This can be done by pulling back on the flight stick next to you at your station. The opposite is true when you're looking for a nose down effect and to pitch down. By pushing the stick forward, the bottom of the elevator goes down, pushing the nose down and the tail up. Roll is controlled using the ailerons. The ailerons are located at each wingtip. In most cases, this is the case on the Cessna 172. By moving the stick to your left, you engage the ailerons to begin a left roll motion. The left aileron is pushed up, while the right aileron is pushed down, pushing the right wing up and the left wing down. You'll remember from the earlier slide on the horizontal component of lift how this roll motion starts and turn. The opposite is true if you're looking to roll and bank right. The right aileron is pushed up, pushing the right wing down, and the left aileron is pushed down, pushing the left wing up. In order to control yaw, the rudder is used. This is on the rear of the vertical stabilizer. By twisting your flight stick to the left, you'll yaw left, as the rudder will push into the air, pushing the tail right and the nose left. To yaw to the right, twist the stick to your right. This will push the tail left and the nose right. The last system on the Cessna 172 for flight controls are the flaps. You can engage this by pushing the F7 key. The F7 key, each time we push it, will add in one additional notch of flaps. How many different flap settings are in an aircraft depends on the aircraft itself. In the Cessna 172, there's flaps up, and then 3 additional flap settings. These are flaps 10, 20, and full, which is usually between 30 and 40 degrees. The flaps can both increase drag and increase lift, improving takeoff and landing performance and allowing the aircraft to fly at slower speeds. Use the F6 key to pull the flaps up 1 notch each. In both Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Flight Simulator 10, which is what's used on the Squadron computers, and in Lockheed Martin Prepared, using the F8 key will put all notches of flaps in at once to the maximum flap setting, and the F5 key will bring all the flaps to the raised position.